Welcome to the Cold Kitchen. On today's episode, we're bringing you a little segment we like to call Book Cook. That's right, folks. We're returning to Cathy Mitchell and the dump books. Dump for diabetics. You would think this would be dumps? Multiple dumps for diabetics? But no, there's just the dump for diabetics.
It's just one. Okay.
It's just one. And we came up with cheesy fish casserole. I mean, as you know, cheese and fish, a classic pairing.
Yeah, I mean, like, as is tradition, right?
It goes together. Just ask any good chef, what's the best food item to go with fish? They're gonna tell you cheese.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and try it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Cathy Mitchell, for providing us this recipe.
God, she is a fucking just.
She's really ahead of her time.
Yeah, she is, right?
First thing I noticed for the Dump for Diabetics cookbook, it's basically like every one of our other dump cookbooks, except for every ingredient that's in a recipe, she just threw in reduced fat, or light, or unsalted. It doesn't even matter if that ingredient even has a version that is low fat. She just said it, she just put it in there. So Cathy Mitchell, you can't just say low fat zucchini.
But
Doesn't exist! Second thing I noticed out of the dump for diabetics, I think this is just dumps in general. Cathy Mitchell has like 80,000 different sizes of plexiglass fucking baking dishes. Every single one of these recipes is a different size. They're like, use a 9x13, use a 9x9, use an 8x8, use a 7x13, use a 7x5, use a what? Maybe base your dishes on like 2. Stick to 2, Cathy. We have a couple of different cheeses. We have some milk. Low-fat milk, of course. Low-fat cheeses, of course.
low fat, yeah, because you know.
We have some Worcestershire. And our fish. Cod. So what we do is we throw our milk in a saucepan, and then we melt our cheese into it and Worcestershire into it. Whoa. 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 Oh, shit. There's actually a cup and a half in here. Boom. And then what we do is we heat it up. But, very important, do not, whatever you do not boil this. Whoa, God. Come back here, you. We're cutting up our fish into bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
I bet we could make a fish smoothie. What do you think?
I mean, yeah. Can we? Yes. Should we? No.
What about a fish margarita? Alright, that's literally all the seasoning that's going into this recipe. Besides a scant pinch of Parmesan. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and add our cheeses, because we want these to melt inside of here, along with our Worcestershire. Here's our cheesy, messy slob. This is where the dump comes in. We're gonna dump our fish into our pan.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's our frozen cod.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That looks like cheese milk.
It's a cheesy milk. I mean, if you were to add, you know, a little bit of beer, maybe some mustard, some kind of thickening agent, you'd have yourself a real good cheese dip over here. So I guess one point I should bring out about this is that low-fat cheese has a real hard time melting. That's the part of the cheese that melts, is the fat. So
Yeah, like that's kind of the thing.
going for the low-fat cheese and telling you to melt that into milk. It's not super easy. It's gonna take a little while. We dump this.
Oh, we're gonna do a dump.
We gotta dump. We're gonna dump our cheese over our fish.
That sounded terrible. And now it looks even more terrible.
Oh god. Oh god, I squirted. We take this and we're gonna throw it in our oven for 30 minutes.
Why?
Because Cathy Mitchell told us to.
Okay.
Let's check it out. Oh my god.
What the dick is that?
This, my friend, is cheesy fish casserole.
I mean, it's in a dish.
This is kind of stretching the limit of what a casserole can be defined as.
See, like,
If I have to be honest.
Why is it so soupy? I mean, like, I understand why you're putting it in the Hannibals, because this is not a casserole. This is like weird cheese gunk soup.
Yeah, this has more in common with milk steak than a casserole. Pretty lenient definition of casserole. It's mostly just fish and cheese sauce, but we're gonna go ahead and try it. See what's going on here. You can see like the fish, cooked and got flaky, but the cheese, since it's so low fat, all you have is like these curds. You don't really have the cheese. It's not really a cheesy sauce, but whatever.
So what I'm gathering is it's not terrible.
It's not terrible if you really like fish and fish and cheese, white fish and cheese is something that doesn't bother you. Here's the thing. If you've ever had a McDonald's fillet of fish and you weren't completely disgusted by it, you could probably do this. If you actually kind of like a fillet of fish, this is something you would probably really enjoy. If a fillet of fish is something that disgusts you, just at the thought of it, this is not for you. It's not even creamy. It's milky because you use such a low-fat milk. It's trying to do what a chowder might do, you know what I mean? Like a really creamy chowder with some potatoes in there and a lot of onion and herbs and a full bright flavor, and it's got like pepper and all kinds of stuff, and it's like a symphony of flavors. This is like two of the flavors you can find in chowder.
It's supposed to be a casserole.
That's a very good point. Any normal person with class or
Well, that counts us out.
a moderate sense of decorum is not gonna like this. But me, a fat person who drinks a lot and runs a YouTube show called CultMoo, it's okay.
This is supposed to be a casserole.
That's a casserole. Cheesy fish casserole.
I mean, like, I'm not opposed to what this is, but like, it's not a casserole.
No.
Oh, well, here's a gunk.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a gunk of cheese.
The cheese is fishy and the fish is cheesy.
Alright, Let's eat some of these fishies. I should not be able to drink a casserole. Like the flavor profiles and the things. Good. It mostly works. I guess. Like, I don't know what we're doing anymore because I'm drinking a casserole. I mean, it's not terrible. It's good. Somehow there's some ingredient that we're missing in here.
Oh, there's a few ingredients we're missing, I think.
Like, this is basically like cod soup. Alrighty. Well, this has been a Cult Kitchen book cook. Do the thing. Add, subscribe, do the jangle. There's a dingle bangle.
Yep.
Yonder.
Little bell.
Looks like a bell.
Make fun of Loafy for not being here to try.
Yeah, fucking give Loafy so much shit
The
because
fish-
he's not here.
The fishmonger.
This is his fishy fucking shit. Yeah, make fun of Loafy. Tell him Mario sent you.